How's it going, everybody? Ed Ricker here, and today we're talking about Epson. My printer back there? Epson. But they don't just make printers, and actually I was kind of surprised to learn that. They also make smart glasses for drones. Now, they make smart glasses in general, but this is the FPV drone edition of the BT-300 Moverio smart glasses. Now, a ton of issues that everyone has with the DJI goggles being heavy, being cumbersome, not working with glasses, they run hot, they don't work with VR and augmented reality. All of that is fixed with these right here. Pretty impressive. These smart glasses are actually designed with DJI drones in mind, so that's really, really cool. Now, it comes with a lot of instructions and stuff. I'm gonna skip that. Basically, we're gonna just talk about the glasses and what they can do for people like us who like to fly drones and kind of want to experiment with FPV while still maintaining line of sight with the drone. Let me just pull these out and show you exactly what I mean. By the way, they come with little earbuds, so you can also hear things if you're playing something on here or watching a movie or listening to music through these smart glasses. So here they are. Interesting. Now, the glasses are really just for display. They don't have battery, they don't have processing power. Where that comes from is this device. This is your control pad, essentially. It has a trackpad where you can move your thumb around and you can select things in your display here. It's essentially an Android computer. It looks exactly like an Android operating system because it is.
I think it sits all right on my face. Hello.
Oh, good. Now, since these are the FPV drone edition, the DJI app, DJI Go 4, is actually preloaded on this. I haven't powered these on yet, but once I do, I will see a display, I'd say about like this in my vision, maybe a little bit bigger. And as I move my head, that's going to move with me, but I can still see my surroundings.
It doesn't feel weird, you know? You think it would feel really strange to have the screen right in front of you, but it's actually quite natural.
I actually think this is a better image than the DJI goggles that I tried a while back. Like, this actually is really responsive and the colors are just a lot better. So the whole point here is that I can see the drone line of sight up there, like, you know, if I'm flying, and I can still have a first-person view experience. And that really eliminates some of that legal hassle and regulations with the DJI goggles, which completely obscure your vision of the real world, and you just see what's going on from the drone's perspective. So you don't need a spotter for this. So here's the Mavic controller right here, and as we all know, it folds out with the arms. Well, you can actually get attachments like this. At first I thought it was some sort of like art piece or something, but it's in the shape of the Moverio control unit, just like that, see? And these wings right here fit into the controller, see? Wow, so now I can use it just fine, but I can still select menus, I can still have control of what I'm seeing in the app in my glasses without having to kind of have this in my pocket or rest it in my lap or something. I actually have it all as one piece now, as one controller. So the Moverio unit here actually connects via micro USB to the USB port underneath the controller of the Mavic. I'm using just a small, I guess it's about 6 inches long, micro USB to USB cable here. Battery life, they say, is up to 6 hours, which is pretty great. You're going to run out of Mavic battery way before you run out of this. So when you first power on these glasses, this is what you see. You see the screen, but right there in the center, DJI Go 4. But if you look at the bottom, you see that we have the back button, the home screen, and the open app list, or recently opened app list. That's just at the bottom of any smartphone by Android that you see nowadays anyway. You see that this Moverio unit here is actually a trackpad, and then you actually can click by tapping. You can also use the scroll wheel to move around various things. Of course, we have our gallery and our settings, which look very familiar if we have an Android phone. Let's go to the bottom there. We see that those are all of our apps that we have installed. We have some really interesting ones, but today we're just going to pretty much focus on DJI Go 4. If we go to our settings, we can see that, yeah, Android settings right there. We're connected to our Wi-Fi, along with all the other Wi-Fi around us. We have Bluetooth, display settings, I mean, pretty much everything. Gonna go back, and so here's my DJI Go app. So at this point, I'm gonna turn on my Mavic controller. There we go. Let's turn on our drone. All right, check it out. I'm seeing version check. So that's a live feed. Now it says Compass Air, but that's just because I'm near so much metal. I'm on a desk. But basically that is a live feed that we're seeing. And that's awesome. There's my little camera that's getting my secondary angle. It also has on the side an SD card slot right here. So I actually have a micro SD card. I think it's 32 gigabytes in there right now. And that's how I can record and I can take pictures, go straight there. However, for recording with the drone, I still use the drone's micro SD right there. Now here's the interesting thing. My Ray-Bans are 1.7 ounces. Well, these are 2.5 ounces. So not even an ounce more than just a pair of sunglasses. So they're very, very light. Also, it comes with sunshades. So you can actually clip these to the glasses themselves, and then you can have sunglasses essentially when you're going out into the sun. Now, Epson also sent me Rochester Optical sunshades here, which are a little bit higher end. They look about the same in terms of how much light they block. I think it's 2% is what it allows through, but these are also polarized. There we go. We'll put our Mavic controller to the side. Let's bring out the Phantom. So this is the Phantom 4 Pro controller. So we actually have these little brackets here, much smaller actually. So it's a bigger controller, but smaller brackets. So you put those two little brackets in there, slide the clamp back down, and we're back in business. I kind of forget I have this on. I realize I've been talking with it almost the entire time. All right, we're about to try this out in the field. This is Dorothy Dix Park. And there's someone on the other side of the field with very loud music, so hopefully I don't get copyright strike by featuring that. So far, it's very similar to just using a cell phone. I mean, it's tap to focus. You can go through all the intelligent flight modes. You can go through the settings on the app. All very intuitive. Camera settings. Let's keep it on auto just to make it easy for ourselves, but I'm going to select, yep, 4K, 30 frames per second. Okay, let's take off and see what this looks like. I'm really liking this. There's really very little delay or lag in the controls. It's getting to be dark enough where I think I could actually take off these sunshades because sunlight really isn't hitting my face. It's kind of from behind me right now, as you can kind of see from the drone's perspective. But yeah, it's a pretty cool product. The battery lasts a long time, so you're going to probably run out of DJI battery before you run out of this thing's battery. And the fact that you don't have to use a cell phone or a tablet or any sort of other display device is actually pretty cool. I took off the sunshades and I do see that the picture isn't quite, I don't know, as bright, I guess. It kind of looks a little washed out now. So perhaps putting the sunshades back on, even in a kind of like a shadowy area like this, it still would be beneficial. The fact that I can see the display and keep an eye on the drone at the same exact time is just really, really cool. I have it's basically my DJI app right here in the center of my vision, and then the drone in real life is also in the center of my vision. I see both. It's actually kind of trippy. So I wear contacts right now. I don't wear glasses, but I could wear glasses. And actually there is a special nose piece that connects to the glasses, and it kind of like is designed to push these smart glasses forward a little bit so that your real glasses can kind of snuggle in underneath them, and then you can have your vision correction as needed. It also comes with this attachment, which you can actually get custom-made lenses, corrective lenses, that kind of snap on to this framing. It actually becomes vision correction within the glasses themselves. That would be a separate expense, I'm sure. Now, these glasses can do a lot of other things too. I mean, I have my email set up here. I can browse the internet. I can watch movies. I can play games. There's also a camera, So I bet you didn't know that I could do that. Also, you can take pictures, you can take video. There's a picture of you guys. So there's the room around me. There are also some augmented reality apps that you can download and experiment with. There's some games. Also, YouTube has a lot of 3D and 360 videos that you can actually take full advantage of with these glasses. Now, in addition to just this cursor here that's controlled by the trackpad, you also have keyboards, which you have to hunt and peck, essentially. Unfortunately, there's no real way to type fast on this thing, at least not yet. Select 360. And there we are. We're in the room with Roman Atwood and Casey Neistat in his office. So that's me turning my head and seeing. And by the way, I have this connected to the Mavic, but you don't actually need it like that. You can also select 3D videos. So there are a lot of 3D videos on YouTube as well, if you didn't know. So here's a guy who kind of puts a couple different objects really close to the camera with a 3D camera. We select 3D. And that probably looks awful for you guys, but for me, that $5 bill is right in front of me. Like, I feel like I could just reach out and grab it. You can also go to Moverio's own app list right here. It's the apps market, I guess is what it's called. And they have their own augmented reality stuff, some VR games, and those types of things. They don't have the Google Play Store, but they have the Amazon Store. And if you go to Amazon, you can select and use a lot of different apps from there. So a couple gripes that I have with this. First of all, it's hard to type into this controller. You know, you're searching around with the trackpad for your characters and your letters. I don't know how to get around that. I wish there was like a little tiny keypad or something that you could type a little faster with, because that seems a little cumbersome. Also, they give you these sunshades, which look, you know, pretty cool. They make it look awesome, I think. The only issue is they don't really protect your eyes from a lot of the sun. You have a lot of light leak above, and so I found myself kind of still having to shade my eyes a little bit. I kind of wish that these sunshades were a little bit taller. They covered more of it. They're definitely wide enough, but they just kind of need to be another like ½ inch high. And they look like normal glasses if they were. You're not really spoiling the cool factor, if there was one. But I just think that'd be a little bit better to have more coverage with the sunshades. The picture, you can't really beat it. Of course, these are, like I said, almost twice as expensive as the DJI goggles, but I really think that you get twice the experience, at least. I mean, I think that these are a lot better than the goggles. All right, thoughts? It's pretty cool. I like how there's not a whole lot of lag in the image with the controls. In fact, there really was none to speak of in the Mavic. The Phantom, though, maybe it's because it's a different type of transmitting, I don't know, but there was a little bit of a stuttering in the app every now and then, but it wasn't that bad, and it seemed like it was just maybe at the beginning of the flight. I'm about to get eaten up by mosquitoes, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Epson for sending me this. It's actually really, really cool, and I hope to use it more in the future. The price point's a little bit high, but you're getting quality, you're getting what you pay for, and I think that's the most important thing there. So if it's in your budget, check it out. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and until next time, happy flying. Like do this, like sweat, yeah, see? But don't go on the driveway.